Hello students, myself Dr. Shaiki Pratima, Ahmednagar Jilla Maratha Vidya Prasarak Samajaj, New Arts, Commerce and Science College, Ahmednagar. Partition values. This is the third chapter as per your 11th standard syllabus. So in this chapter, we have discussed the statistical tools. The partition value is also the important statistical tool. The procedure of dividing the data into the equal parts is called as like the partitioning. So the partition value means what? The values dividing the data into the required number of equal parts are called the partition values. Means if you have to select any data, so that data we have divided into the same equal parts, that is called as the partition values. So you know the statistical tools. See, one of the most important objective of statistical analysis is to get a single value. Okay, that single value will describe your the whole characteristics, otherwise the entire the data. So the measures of central tendency refers to the representative value of the series. If you have to select any data, otherwise any series, so that time the value is most important. So the such value is generally located in the central part of the series. It is like the average. Means the average means what? The single figure which is represent the whole units, otherwise the whole series. So the measures of central tendency is the important part. So it refers to the most representative value in that series. So that's why you know the in your 10th standard you already discussed the arithmetic mean, then median and mode. Okay, these are the central tendency. These are the types of averages. But the median, then quartile, deciles and percentiles are also the partition values. Means that series will divide the same equal parts, that is called as the partition values. You know the median is the middlemost figure which is divide same equal parts, two equal parts, that series. Okay, that is called as the median, means the middlemost figure. So in this chapter we have discussed the quartile, deciles and percentiles. These are the partition values. Median is also the important part. See, in your screen I have just discussed the most important part, like the types of average. Okay, this is the important part. Before we have discussed the partition values, you know the which type is important. The types of average means what and which type is important. The first is the arithmetic mean. The if the series is limited and we have used the single variable, so that time we have used the individual data series. Then if we have used the two variables, if the series is depend to the two variables, otherwise we have selected two variables, so that time we have used the discrete data series. Then third is the continuous data. There are also the two variable, but the class interval we have used. Then the second type is the mode. Mode means the value, the repeated the maximum numbers of times, means on that series the how many types that single figure will represent, otherwise it's repeated. So that is called as the mode. And then last is the median. Median means it's a middlemost figure. But if the individual data, discrete data and continuous data, these are the three steps of that calculation, means the types of average calculation, means the arithmetic mean, then mode and median. If the single variable will be there, so that time individual data. The two variables are there, but the series is limited, so that time discrete data. And last is continuous data, otherwise the ungrouped data series. So means the class interval will be there, but the two variables are there, that is called as the continuous data. These are the types of average. So the next point is like the partition values, the need of partition values. The data consists of the extreme value on the lower side and also on the higher side in the magnitude. You know the higher figure and lower figure. Such values are known as the outliers. The average used for such data often the misinterprets. It's the representative value, means that value is the representative value. To overcome this the interpretation, then generally the partition values like the median, quartile, deciles and percentiles are used. I just repeat again that the median means what? It's a middlemost figure. The series we have divided into the two equal parts. Otherwise, we have the calculate the middlemost figure, that is called as the median. But the quartiles, deciles, and percentiles are also the partition values. Quartiles means what? We just discussed the next point, the quartiles. At present, in this video, we just completed the quartiles. Okay, so the this information is important. This information used on your the textbook, they have mentioned that divide the application of quartiles, where the application of quartiles, then deciles and percentiles in economics means importance about that, the partition values in the economics. You know, the quartiles means what? We have divided that series into the four equal parts. So all types of financial information, if we have to collect, so that economic data, then income data, then stock data, sales and the survey data, so that time quartiles is important. Income quartile is the most objective method of comparing the changes among the individual income groups, then caused by the economic changes such as the wage, then fluctuations and inflation. Inflation means what? The continuous price will rise, so that is called as the inflation. So you know, the government tries to control the period of inflation. Then deciles means we have divided that series into the 10 equal parts, that is called as the deciles, but it decides to have wide application in the finance and economics. You know, the government use decides to study the level of economic inequality. Inequality means what? The rich and poor people, that income inequality, we have calculated that. So that time decile is the important, means measure, we have measured that the situation. Then measurement of poverty line means people who is not earn sufficient income, so that time they already belong to that the below poverty line. So the drought condition, etc., these all things will be considered the decile. Then deciles are used in the investment, then particularly to the assess the performance of the portfolio investment, such as group of the mutual funds. Then the percentiles are used in the measurement of the test scores, then health indicators, then the household's income, then household wealth, then percentile, the wages. These all things like the percentile. Basically, percentile means what? We have divided that series into the 100 equal parts, that is called as the percentiles. These all information is important, means why the deciles and percentiles and the quartiles are important. This information is important. This is the additional information in your textbook. They have mentioned that this is, you should know. You should know means what? This is the additional information. So the partition value, the first point we have discussed, that the quartiles. Quartile means what? The quartiles are value of data which divide the whole sets of observation into the four equal parts. Means that series we have divided into the four equal parts. But the most important thing is like that we have calculate only the Q1, Q2 and Q3. We never calculate the Q4, because Q4 already we get. Because if we have discussed the one example, the 1 to 11 parts, means the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and 11. So these are the 11 numbers, means 1 to 11. But if we have to calculate the quartile, so that time the 3 is the Q1, Q6 is the Q2 and 9 is the Q3. See, I repeat again, the quartiles are the values which divide the series into the four equal parts. They are the three values that divide the distribution into the four parts. Each is representing one quartiles, otherwise the one quarters of the score. Okay, so these three values are called as the first quartile, like the Q1, then the second quartile is like Q2, and third quartile is like the Q3. So the second quartile is nothing but it is like the median. See, please understood that sentence. Second quartile is nothing but the median, means that quartile is the median. Median means what? We have divided that series into the same equal parts, the two equal part, that is called as the median. So the second quartile is like the median. See, we have discussed the next part is like the example. We just discussed the example. Okay, in your screen I have shared that the 1 2 3 4, these are the four figures. So the Q1, Q2, Q3, we have calculated the Q1, Q2 and Q3. So the 1 and 2, the middle figure is Q1, then 2 and 3 middle figure is the Q2, and 3 and 4 middle figure is like the Q3. But if I have orally discussed that the 1 to 11 number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Okay. If we have to write that 1 to 11 number. So 3 number means the 3 figure is like the Q1. 6 number is like the Q2 and 9 number is like the Q3. So that is called as the quartile. So these figures shows that the quartiles are the 3 points, means the Q1, Q2 and Q3, which divide the series into the 4 equal parts in such a way that each part contains the equal number of items. See now, I have just discussed the formula in general for the individual and ungrouped data. Okay. So individual data series means what? Single variable will be there. So that is called as the individual data. Then second is the ungrouped data. Ungrouped data means the discrete data series. 2 variables will be there, but the series is limited. That is called as the ungrouped or the discrete data series. And last is the group data or the continuous data series, means 2 variables, but we have used the class intervals. So the first Q1, like the individual data series, the formula is like the size of I into bracket n plus 1 upon 4th observation. I means what? 1, 2, 3. And means the Q1, Q2, Q3. Okay. But the n means what? Number of items. Then second part is like the group data series. Otherwise, the the ungrouped data series, the formula is common. But if we have used the group data series or the continuous data series, means the 2 variables will be there. But the most important thing is like we have used the class intervals. So the formula is Q1 is equal to L plus into bracket IN upon 4 minus CF. CF means cumulative frequency upon F multiplied by H. I means what? Q1, Q2 and Q3 number of. Then the L means what? Lower limit of quartile class, means the 10 to 20. Lower limit is 10 and upper limit is 20. So that is the class interval. Class interval means we have used that class interval like the 10 digit. Okay. So the lower limit of quartiles, then F means frequency of the quartiles class. Then CF means cumulative frequency of the class preceding the quartile class. Then N means the total of frequency, like the number of items. Okay. Means H is equal to the upper limit minus lower limit of the quartile class. See now, H means what? The class limit. Okay. So the H mean upper limit is the 20 and lower limit is the 10, like the 20 minus 10. So that time the H is equal to 10. So that is called as the upper limit minus lower limit of the quartile class. Okay. In this video, I just introduced what is the meaning of the partition values. And we just introduced the quartile. Quartile means what? In the next video, we have discussed the one example of that quartile. Okay. The first is the individual data series. Second is the group data series, otherwise, sorry, ungrouped data series or the discrete series. And third is the group data or the continuous data series. These 3 steps is most important for the every partition values. Means the every part, if you have to select the quartile, so that time 3 steps is important. Then you have to select the percentile, so that time 3 steps is important. So this is the quartile. I just introduced the quartile means what and which point is important and which formula is important to each step. Okay. So next video we have discussed the example of that individual data series, then ungrouped data series or the discrete data series, and third is group data or the continuous data series. Okay. I think you will be understood these all things. So please stay home, stay safe. Goodbye, everybody.